Good evening, guys, and you must be wondering what am I doing outside this late at night. Well, I figured that sometimes we do reviews here at Zigwheels Philippines, and there are sometimes, well, every now and then there's these special cars that come out, and I feel like the best way for us to review them would be away from the traffic. And with the holiday rush as it is, and with traffic everywhere, let's go ahead and review a car at night and do a quick night run of this car right here. Let's talk about a few things that we need to get out of the way. For example, creature comforts. The interior of the Subaru WRX features these nice, heavily bolstered seats here that are shot in Alcantara leather. It also has sweet lumbar support. As I'm growing in age, lumbar support is getting very important for me, and I appreciate that Subaru has included that in their WRX. I love the leather wrap steering wheel here. It does have this nice, confident, inspiring look to it. You've got some carbon fiber trim at the bottom of one of the spokes here. I love the gauges and how manual and analog looking they are. I love that in this day and age where analog gauges are being replaced by digital ones, Subaru has bucked that trend and instead gave us these amazing black gauges with red needles and white font. It's really sporty and really is about the feel of the drive, isn't it? I see that the dashboard here is hard plastic, unfortunately, but that doesn't really matter to a lot of Subaru WRX fans because they're in it for the performance and not for the comfort. But this is one of my favorite features right here. You got this huge vertically oriented touchscreen infotainment system, which I'm glad it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, it's not wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you do have some switches here, a physical volume knob, a tuning knob, and as well as some switches to control the temperature inside. But you do have to access some features in the touchscreen infotainment system if you want to control fan speed and more other features such as automatic brake hold and some stuff that I would have preferred to have physical switches instead of having to dig through the menu settings there, but that's fine. Underneath, you've got this nice cubby hole. You got two USB ports. Those are USB-A ports, and then you have a you got an aux jack. You got an aux jack right here next to the USB-A ports, as well as a 12-volt socket if you need to charge your phones even faster. It says here 2.1 amps per each USB port. But this is what you need if you want to charge your phone a lot faster. And I love the look of the center console. I mean, a lot of companies seems to be overlooking the importance of having a great looking and feeling center console, and I'm happy to report that that center console is padded. So if you're driving around and you won't be worried about your knees banging on it because it is nicely padded. No need to bring out your mouse pads, guys, because Subaru's got your back. I like how everything is nicely put together. Subaru has always been about quality of their craftsmanship, and it definitely shows inside right here. Now, one thing I do appreciate here, apart from the look and the ergonomics, is the height of the dashboard. The dashboard seems to be a little bit lower, giving you a lot more real estate for the glass for the front windshield. And I appreciate the mirror, the side windows right here. The side windows are huge, and you've got this window right here as well on the A-pillar, giving you great visibility. The front cockpit of the Subaru WRX is a win for me. It's straightforward. It might not have the most amount of soft touch material, especially the top and the bottom of the dashboard, but it's well put together, and that's what's important for me, especially in a performance car. Alright, so now we are behind the wheel of the Subaru WRX. So under the hood of this bad boy, you've got a 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer engine that makes 271 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. It's got more power than any other car you might have had driven. Subaru says that you can get up to 210 kilometers per hour in this baby, and I believe them. So, as with all Subaru cars, except of course for the WRZ, this has symmetrical all-wheel drive. That means all the power that comes from that engine goes through all four wheels all the time, and you can definitely feel it. I memean, there's no sense of hesitation at all. Unlike front-wheel drives where you can actually feel like the acceleration geometry is trying to fight you, here you're just there. Now, there are two transmission variants or options for the Subaru WRX. You got the 6-speed manual transmission, which we haven't tested yet. I haven't tested yet, which I've heard is actually real smooth, very responsive, and it's all right. But what we're driving right now is Subaru's Subaru Performance Transmission. It's basically their advanced CVT system. Now, I know what you're thinking. CVT has definitely earned quite a bad reputation. Subaru actually benchmarked that performance transmission, that automatic transmission, against the best of them when it comes to performance transmissions, against Porsches, against Volkswagens, you know, masters of dual clutch transmissions. Basically, performance-wise, it definitely doesn't feel like a CVT. There's none of that rubber band effect that a lot of people are complaining about. None of that here. This definitely earns its wings, calling itself a performance transmission. Suspension-wise, you're talking about a fully independent affair with McPherson struts up front and a multi-link suspension in the rear. One thing that I really love about the WRX is the acceleration is just insane for this one. I mean, again, I can't believe that I'm driving a car and having this much fun and not driving a manual, but the transmission is just so intuitive. It knows exactly where I want to be. Safety features that come with the WRX and the automatic transmission include a pre-collision braking system, autonomous emergency steering, adaptive cruise control, lane centering, lane departure prevention, pre-collision throttle management, lead vehicle start alert, manual speed limiter, and eyesight assist monitor. Apart from all those advanced driver assist systems, you got multiple airbags, you got steering responsive headlights, you got high beam assist, Subaru rear vehicle detection, reverse automatic braking, automatic anti-dazzle rear view mirror, rear view camera, and a driver monitoring system. Pricing for the Subaru WRX sedan starts at 2,608,000 pesos for the manual transmission option, but you do lose a lot of the advanced driver assist systems. So if safety is your top priority, head on over to the eyesight automatic transmission variant, which starts at 2,758,000 pesos. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. All right, I've been trying to avoid this. You know, I usually start my reviews with this particular section, but let's talk about the exterior, shall we? I personally love the black trims all around. I even love the side skirts that are there on the edge. You know me, I'm mostly a contrarian, and if people like a particular kind of design, I kind of give it a second look, and if people don't like the design, I give it another second look. And this one here, there's nothing out on the road that's going to look like a Subaru WRX in this generation. Again, the previous generation was heavily criticized for being too tame. This has a lot of character, and still you can find your detractors. Just goes to show you, just proves that you really can't please everyone, especially in the car community. Car culture can be a little toxic, but it's the fun kind of toxic, I think. Right, so that's my review of the Subaru WRX. I think it's a survivor in a way that it's probably the only car nowadays, especially available in the Philippines, that carries over that rally heritage. I mean, it's used to had a lot of competition, especially back in the 90s, in the late 2010s, but right now, it doesn't have any rivals, except of course a lot of cars that are more expensive than it. But what do you think? What other cars or what other sedans, hatchbacks can actually compete with a Subaru WRX? I know there's going to be a lot of that, so drop your comment in the comment section down below. While you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification icon so you wouldn't miss any of our videos. This has been Roy Robles from Zigwheels.Ph. Thanks for joining me. I will see you guys next time.